with me getting a 20 in world politics and me not being from this area, is there any tidbit of interesting something that I'd learn from it?
Ooh, you do. You learn that. Let me see what I want to share with you.
Oh no, she's discovered my book club. And we're not broken. Let's go.
Yay! Hello, everyone. Hello,
yeah.
hello.
Dreams really
We're
do come
here.
true.
Dreams do.
It's a wish your heart makes when you're fast asleep. So
That's awful because I'm going to
There's
be in
no
Disney
evidence of
next week.
I can't.
You're gonna
Aw.
be in Disney?
That's so
Yeah.
exciting.
I hate it.
Ellie.
You're gonna be in
I
nice
hate it.
weather, hopefully.
And we'll see.
I don't know. Get a hurricane.
I mean-
Fine. Don't care.
I love that. I love that stocking. It just has the ellipses.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. You're welcome.
What a great touch.
Art truly by yours. He's
Right.
totally speaking. But, all right, guys, we're back. Let's get into it. But first, let's talk about what we did last time. Because if I remember correctly, it's been a while. So, who wants to recap for us?
We investigated the entire building while Elara was mad at us. Dumping
Yeah,
things.
Starkeen and
Because
Alara
what?
got real mad at each other real quick.
And the
Oh.
foot was
and
attached to
Starkeen
a
was
body.
mad at everyone.
Oh yeah, the foot was attached to a body. You cannot
It was
forget that
attached.
very key detail.
No,
The
no.
couch was moved
think-
a lot.
Yes, the couch did not contain Sanchi's friend. That is the key detail.
True. I forgot about that flyer. That needs to be a shirt. That is
Sanchi smoked Rosemary.
I hated it.
that too. That too.
Oh
Beautiful.
my god.
The computer said, I'm sorry for betraying you, if I remember correctly.
I
The
think,
fact that she had
yeah.
a computer was weird.
Mhm.
We immediately went to the science lab and
We harassed her friend and Alara
I don't
At
know,
gunpoint.
as
being a
much as
bitch.
I'd say we did, as much as Alara threatened the crap out of her.
Mhm.
Yeah, especially
It
towards
was
the
just
end,
on
and we
Case
arrested her.
Road.
She was.
Also, let's not
Also,
forget how
Alara
said-
and Stocking. What?
What?
I was just gonna say, let's not forget how Alara said, "See, I'm not dead," and then said, "I only have 2 days left until retirement, and this is my new husband, and also
I have a child at
I
home.
have a
Aren't they
child at
cute?
home.
Yeah.
I got this new puppy."
We also, amongst pissing her off, we also managed. Oh, Stocking managed to upset her by being super snarky in the car, I guess. And I guess she, if I remember right, she warned him that she was about to be like really strict in there.
Yeah.
And
Mhm.
she
Yeah.
was, she's also like, why the did you guys talk to them immediately? It was 2 seconds. Like, and they both had like a, well, you don't trust us. Well, you don't trust me. Well, you don't trust us, basically conversation.
Mhm.
Let's see here. Everyone got a flower in their hair. So we found a necklace and a pillowcase, a bunch of receipts. We figured out the last day that
Nessa.
was it Nira? Nessa. Nessa was we figured out the
Nisa.
last day that Nisa was
my
alive
bad.
based on receipts. And I'm trying to remember. Trying to remember random funny moments at least too. Oh, Silas got caught peeping out the window immediately, and also almost got hit by a door, but didn't.
You bumped
We
your
all
head
found out.
on a bookshelf, and Silas like, here's an
Yeah.
ice pack.
Yes,
Mhm.
we bonked my
saying
head on the
anything.
bookshelf. We figured out that collectively we just never bothered to ask if the others were there. Because Wade answered immediately, and then we're like, wait, do we trust? And then he immediately was like, "What's up, Stocking?" And we were like, "Oh, yeah, that's Wade." Like,
Accurate.
Apparently, also Spears has been beating the shit out of Connor and Wade, which is kind of scary considering Wade went like a whole day against Tasha. Um, but other than that, yeah, we arrested the lady because we found out that her and Dead Halfling were basically trying to blackmail Nisa off of her property, and they had planted those cameras, and the government said, "Hey, cut that shit out." You don't-
Yeah, but we also
and-
missed the fact that they had been working on a project for talking mushrooms.
Yeah,
Mhm.
that apparently could power their city too, or something.
Yep.
Yeah, but the big wowie only happened like one time at the very beginning, and they've been trying to replicate it ever since.
When they put it in the ground in Greaser, which is why they need her forest, because nothing else is good enough.
Yep, and they were supposed to give up their licenses after they like finished their work or some shit.
Good. And then Ilara told Stakeen to arrest her, which he did.
And he was like, "Is that too much, though?"
Specifically,
They were
the
only
phase 3
blackmailing a
felt too
lady.
much.
Yeah, he did specifically mention, "Isn't base 3 a little much?"
And she said
"Nope."
no.
She said, "That's bullshit."
She said no, too vague. Go in there. Oh, my favorite saying. Truly one of my favorites, besides not today, Satan. But anyhow.
Don't waste my time. Don't
Oh
be
yeah.
sorry, don't do it.
Good God, girl, good grip. Don't be sorry. Don't do it. Beautiful. I need a t-shirt with all my dumb quotes. I'll make
I
one.
can do that.
Thanks. Appreciate
You know what? Have you seen the TikTok that's like, I embroider dumb shit guys say? I'm just gonna make you a bunch of shirts, each with one of your catchphrases.
Just a one
Yay.
across. Beautiful. I
Yep.
can't wait. I like to imagine there's gonna be like a hidden like spot under one of the things where it's just like a hot anime dude. So it's not like obvious that he's there. He's just like hidden somewhere.
Well, have you
chilling.
seen like the T-Rex t-shirts?
Oh
Like
yeah.
one of those, like ask me
Yeah.
about my T-Rex and they flip it up. Could
Yeah.
definitely do that.
Ask me about my hot anime guy of the week. Blip up. But anyways.
Your man crush Monday, you mean?
Truly. Oh, Toji, how I miss you. But anyways, let's
Which
get into
one?
it. Both.
Damn.
So she says no. And you handcuffed her, and you guys kind of walked out, and we got to the front of the building, or at least that's where we're going to be now. And as you all see her get in a cop car, because one was already there, coincidentally.
like
Can
they
you
set her up.
all roll a insight check for me? All of you.
Without sight.
Oh heck yeah! Start there.
Wow, look at
I wish you guys
y'all.
could see this, because I literally had the skill to hit the teeny tiny little space in between insight and intimidation and hit neither of them.
You're so skilled.
I know.
Wow. You have a great precision. You'd be great at quality work.
It really comes out right now.
Absolutely.
You know it. So perfectly, all of you, even Stakeen, he beats it. So he notices, but who knows how much stock he's gonna put into it. But all of you notice,
Very minimal.
like, she like kind of shakes off like her outfit. Pretty sure she has pants on. So she I was like, she in the skirt? No, that's someone else. So she like dusts off her pants, and like you can just tell her demeanor is a little like something's off. Like she was acting a little, crazy, but you could just tell like physically she's restless. And she's like, let's go. And she gets into the car and she opens all the doors like a typical mom van for you guys. Do you all get in?
Yeah.
Not
Lyric
messing with Satan
is
today.
Akeem
outside.
hesitates and looks at her.
Lyric
Well, she
stands
did-
very firmly outside of the car.
So I will say this, she did not specify that Stakeen, you had to be in the front this time. Just saying.
Put me in.
Just saying.
Um,
What
Do you want to
Aelwyn
sit in the
in,
back?
coach? Hmm. If someone else would like to take the front seat, be my guest.
Lyric shuts the passenger door.
Oh, are you both sitting
Oh
up
no!
there? Are you and Sanchi? Like, is Sanchi just on your lap? Like,
Yeah.
Oh, that's so perfect because she's so small.
I called shotgun.
Sanchi would.
I don't think he knows
Actually, I
what that
did.
means.
Actually, I didn't know that Sachi was going in there, so I'll just be like,
I guess if he sits on my lap, I wrap my arms around him semi-seductively.
Is it one of those where Lyric is like slowly walking his way to the car and then Sanchi just bolts?
No, Sanchi called
Flies.
shotgun, so she must have been there first.
I like to imagine that one like image of the owl that's just like flying through like a torpedo. Like, I like to imagine
Oh,
that.
yeah, that's actually that's fair.
Accurate.
That's what I meant.
I love it. Look at us. Great minds
Sanchi's
think alike.
very fast over short
One brain cell
distances.
today.
You know it. But yeah, so you two can sit up there seductively.
Sorry,
And-
If-
only
if
I'm
not-
the seductive one.
I was about to say, if Sanchi does actually do the hands wrap around, Lyric's gonna look at Alara, completely sit down on Sanchi, and just go, the seatbelt's up here, do it automatically?
She looks
Seductive
over and
turns
just
into ball
reaches
punch.
over.
Wait,
Roll
what?
that Constitution. Roll that Constitution,
Oh, no.
Lyric.
Are we hearing everything in the back? Like, is that feature on right now, or
Yeah.
is that silent?
yeah.
Okay.
Yep, that's
Is this
on.
a saving throw or just Constitution?
Just a Constitution.
Okay. Oh,
Yeah, your balls hurt. Your balls hurt immensely.
Ugh.
Ah, and he just like falls out of the car.
Large looks over.
Stakeen turns to Silith and goes, I didn't realize it was that much fun sitting in the front seat.
I did not.
No.
Not where I'd want to be.
No, they can have it.
I think I'll go to the back. Oh, have fun, you two. And he just kind of like crawls. Oh god, today is such bullshit. Laura is bullshit right now. Everything is bullshit right now. And he's just like,
Crawls in, holding his gonads. Oh. Well,
Silas gonna review the video footage she took of just the tablet sitting looking towards Alara's direction. If there's anything sus in the woods.
yeah, go for it.
Do I need to
that.
roll?
Roll it.
What
Whatever
do
you want. Whatever eyes you want to use. Investigatory. So whatever eyes. I don't care.
My God.
Special eyes.
Use it.
You
Your
could have used
brand.
left hand for your hand eyes.
Truly. No. So you look and you do notice a very, very promiscuous squirrel, but nothing else.
I didn't know if
You
I was gonna
just-
see any like ghosties or anything. So I'm
No,
like,
you do not see any ghosties, but you do see a squirrel getting it on. So
Is that Promiscuous Squirrel by Rihanna? Is that the song?
probably. Something like that. I think
okay,
she-
if I view it and there's nothing of note in there, I will delete that specific video.
You
just
could have
in
had
case.
a whole nature documentary. But no, it's fine. You do not see anything of note in the squirrel home video you recorded.
Squirrel porno.
Yeah.
when they get into the back of the vehicle, he's just gonna look around, see that Sanchi's not there. Where the is Sanchi?
In the
Where?
front.
Do you think?
Well, I don't know. I didn't see her up there. But
He's
the
very
call
small.
attacked me. She is indeed very
Don't
small.
think it was the car that attacked you.
Oh god, did I sit on Sanchi?
Are you
Context
checking your
clue
booty?
says yes.
Oh, Isaac, so small and so strong.
Rough. Very rough. But the car takes off. And you hear just kind of like a little beep-doop as the mute button activates. And Ilara and Sanchi, you are now in private convo land if you would like to have private convo land. Or group in the back, you may also have private convo land as well.
Did our field bags have paper and pencil by any chance?
They did.
Cool. She's gonna start drawing.
Beautiful.
Sure.
Was Stakeen in the middle or is Stakeen on a window?
Where would you like him to
Jeez.
be?
Did we specify?
No.
I mean, we could put our tokens where we want to be
Yeah.
at.
You all have free reign to sit where
I'll-
you would like.
I'll sit near the table so I can draw.
Mm-hmm.
Oh crap! I gotta get my token on the board.
Oh, there are multiple. Okay, for some reason I thought it was. I don't know why I thought this, but I thought it was a traditional car where, like, you know, the three in the back.
Nope. It was
Nope.
not.
Fancy sci-fi
Or
car.
literally fancy limo.
Right, fancy limo, here we
I
come.
say I'm laying on the floor in pain.
Accurate.
No, that's fair. How do I move my token in?
Use
Drag it.
Oh
drag.
wait, here we are. Never mind.
It's okay.
Wait, where do you find? Shit.
On your name. Just
Under the
drag.
book, like where you get your character sheet, just drag it
Mhm.
over.
drag it on over.
Just from the name?
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Click and
For
drag,
some
homie.
reason I can. There we are. For some reason my computer just kept highlighting it. There we are. We're gonna sit over here.
I don't.
Mm.
Lyric came in
Oh.
last. Who you sit next to?
Yep.
I'm still trying to get my token out. Where at the name? Because I'm clicking the name, trying to drag it, and it
You
keeps
gotta-
highlighting it.
You gotta. That's what was happening to me. You gotta actually hit the token, like the little thumbnail, versus the name itself.
The thumbnail instead of the name itself. Okay. I am doing that.
You could just click
Right.
and hold because you'll get a little pop-up box, and then that's what you drag onto the map.
I don't
Like,
know
if
how
the
many
pop-up box
times.
has an image of the character, the name in it, and everything. Oh,
So you're sitting on my
Thank
seat.
you.
Okay.
You're welcome.
I don't know how many times you've had to explain this to Zero and I, but I feel like the two of us literally never get it.
It's okay.
I s-
I will do a screen
We have a
recording with
struggle.
like Screen Presso one of these days and show you. And go from
That'd be
Deeply
there.
great.
appreciate.
We,
You're
yeah,
welcome.
sorry for the incompetence.
It's okay.
So is
Not
Lyric
Not all
so
of us
doubled
can have a
over?
brain cell.
Is Lyric so
Lyric-
doubled over in pain he's on the floor? Is that what's happening?
Yes.
Yeah, Lyric is currently holding his crotch and looking up at the ceiling of the car, kind of in a like, meh.
Days.
Like not so much a daze, more so like there's something on his mind.
Owie. No children.
but also yes. Well, that was
No
given.
chil- no children for you in the future. But yeah. So Sanchi, is there anything you'd like to speak about?
Sure is, lucky we had those police there to arrest her, right?
I called earlier.
Ah, yeah, because we already knew that, she'd be guilty, right?
In something, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, all the signs pointed to her.
Mm.
I mean, they also
No.
pointed to other people, right? But
We'll see. I mean,
will we see? What do you mean we'll see?
more so I'd already known that she fortified documents.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was saying too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, just did Stucky, or not Stucky, did, Spears let you know?
No, Connor did.
Oh, well, same difference, really.
Mm.
Spears is
They've gotten
team,
pretty good at their job.
just
Yeah.
like us. Honestly.
Yeah.
our job is harder, right?
Yeah. I'm sure.
Why does that sound so unconvincing?
Well, so far, I guess it would be harder in some sense, as she just takes her hands off the wheels. It just starts driving on its own.
Yeah, that's
That would
kind of what
be
it
harder.
feels like to me too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I just like taking my hands off the wheel and you start arresting someone.
Well, I don't know. I could have done worse. I at least didn't pull the trigger, you know?
Yeah, you just sent her to base 3, right? That's
Yeah.
not as bad as pulling the trigger.
Truly. You get to live another day. Who knows? Maybe you'll find a good friend.
A
Or
good
she will.
friend. What? I mean, like, what, a co-conspirator?
Hopefully not.
I mean, I've heard about the kind of
Oh.
friends you make in prison.
Hmm.
And I
You guys
look
seem
behind.
pretty adjusted. She also looks behind. They seem adjusted.
Get to the prison.
They'll be fine.
Stakeen will be fine anyway. I guess Lyric will be. You know what? Yeah, okay, fine. They'll be fine. What do you want from us?
Do your job.
We have been.
Well, defiantly, don't you think?
No.
Teach their own.
Yeah. I think we've done exactly what you've asked without question, even when you're the one who takes us to Ronald and McDonald's house.
Well, I didn't think anyone would question a good time.
That's true. I did like that was a good time, but it seems like of all the rule breakers here, maybe you're the worst one.
Don't say that one too loud. They might hear you.
Anyways, when do I get leave to see my husband? You have a husband. You know
Probably a
what it's
little
like.
while. I have a husband?
I mean, I'm sure you don't tell us about him, but yeah.
No.
Well, if you say so.
Nah.
Not for you? A wife?
Probably not either. No.
You can't live by yourself your whole life.
Thankfully, I'm not alone ever. So.
Yeah, that's what the Holocaust say.
Exactly. I have my whole family behind me.
And who will have your whole family behind them?
Yes?
I guess. Anyway,
Was there something else you needed to ask me, Sanchi?
what's gonna happen to that woman at base 3?
Who knows?
Then why base 3? Someone just told you that's where she had to go and you just did it?
A little bit. Sorry, my neighbor is like losing their shit behind below me. I do not know what's going on. But I hope they're fine.
They just caught their kid selling crack.
Again? God. I really need to stop buying during the stream. Okay.
I say the Satanist people are the wrong neighbors, so.
Yeah, no, those are behind me.
Yeah, they're clearly not people who know the high quality of Zeitgeist.
Truly
No.
not.
They're not.
I don't know who.
Or they would
is
fear.
Hopefully they're okay. They've been pretty quiet for months. But anyways, back to point at ham.
Yeah, you shouldn't be so quick to follow orders that aren't ethical. Trust me on this one.
True. Well,
Too late now, I guess. That's it for me.
maybe. And she looks out the window and then is like, oh yeah, I was supposed to be driving this. She puts like her hands back on the wheel and starts driving. And you all arrive back at the base. And she kind of gets out, parks the car. You see Leo still just kind of like hanging around, but he's just like in the middle of talking to someone. You see the little front desk man like petrified, and he
I
just
give him a bouquet of flowers.
he just like looks at them and looks back up at you as you walk by. And you just
Sorry
like
about earlier.
he just doesn't say anything. And you all head to the meeting room. Dun, da, da, da. And with that, the door closes as you all enter. And she goes, "We can talk tomorrow about everything in a little bit more detail. I have a lot of documents I have to fill out today. So you guys have the evening and, well, late afternoon, early evening to kind of do whatever you, I don't want to say do whatever you want, but you could work on some training modules. So you could get like a week of training done if you want, and or work out in the gym, eat some food, whatever you'd like to do for the rest of the evening within the building."
Mm.
Sounds good to me. And Stakeen leaves.
Is there a smoking
Toodaloo.
section? I forgot to ask.
On the roof.
Okay. And she'll go ahead and
Mm.
leave, and she'll pull out the pack of cigarettes.
All right.
They just he looks at Alara and says, "I hope you will talk about why you are being so nonsensical today." And I don't mean, getting on my case when I was just following orders. That was actually more familiar. At least after I snuck in on you that one time. And he walks out and he makes his way to the gym.
How many cigarettes was that?
I pulled out a cigarette.
A cigarette.
I've used 3 so far, technically.
Well,
Sanchi?
He's got a pack if that answers your question.
no, it doesn't. Anyway, okay.
Sanchi, where would you like to go?
Hold on, I gotta check something.
How many cigarettes are in a pack? I don't smoke. I don't know.
I'm pretty sure 12.
Oh,
Could be 18. I don't know.
Ew.
Right?
Gross.
20. The standard contains 20. Yeah.
Before I go to the gym, can I also say I wait outside the door for Sanchi to come out?
Sure.
Okay.
Go for it.
Yeah, I guess I'm gonna go to the library.
All right. Awesome. So you all go off your separate ways. Stakeen, where are you going? Just back to your room? Or
Stakeen is going to the gym before he goes to work on some training modules. Specifically, if he's got one for hacking.
if it's in your class schedule, you got it.
Nice.
So
Oh,
Gotta
I should pull that up actually.
they're all pinned in our Discord chats individually because I had to find them.
Chill.
But yeah, so for those at the gym first, first Sanchi has to walk out of the room.
Yes, I'm leaving, thank you.
Cool. Lyric, Sanchi walks out of the room.
Hey, Sanchi. Before the day is done, I feel like, well, let's just say I f***ed up. And,
By sitting on me.
what?
By sitting on me.
I wasn't going to bring that up, especially because you definitely got even for that.
Yeah.
And also, what the f*** were you doing with your hands? You are a married woman.
That's okay, it's open.
What? No, anyways, sorry. Anyways, Was not expecting that. I was just gonna say I don't really have any way to fully apologize for the way I acted the other day. And I don't exactly have anything in terms of worldly possessions. Well, I do, but Alara has it. So I'm gonna give you 3. And that I mean whatever you want, so long as it doesn't harm our team or get in the way of either of my 2 goals, specifically 1. But yeah, 3 of whatever. Doesn't matter what it is. You maybe you want to hit me 3 times. Maybe you want 3 favors. Whatever it is, whenever you want it, no questions asked.
Great,
I insulted.
I'll hold on to that
What?
then.
Yeah,
Thanks.
whenever you need it.
Yeah.
All right, I'm off to the gym.
Wait, hold on. Like, what are the...
Yeah.
Like, whatever I ask.
They are 3. You have 3. 3 of whatever.
He's your genie,
Anything
Sanchi.
What?
Anything I ask, right?
Anything you ask, so long as it doesn't hit anyone on our team or get in the way of specifically one of my goals.
Doesn't hurt or get in the way. Got it. The only stipulations.
Wait, what was that?
The only stipulation.
Oh, yeah.
It doesn't hurt anyone on the team and it doesn't get in the way of your goals.
Yep.
Easy.
You could if you. I am open for pain if you so wish. Considering I was literally ready to threaten you and everything that you kind of appreciate, and I feel like that was way overboard, and I'm sorry. So yeah, 3 whatever. And those are the stipulations, and yeah.
Wow, 3 free favors just for being me.
What?
Nothing. Ta-ta.
And I walk away.
That's probably gonna haunt me later, but I stick to my word. And he just walks to the gym.
Beautiful. All right, so we have Silith on the roof, Stakeen and Lyric in the gym. Sanchi, where are you going?
Library, I believe.
Oh, that's right. Sorry. You already said that. Silly me. All right. Back to the top of the round. Silith, what you doing on the roof?
How many other people are on the roof?
None.
Cool. She is going to light her cigarette, not smoke it, but like place it in front of her like an incense more so, and meditate for a little bit.
Beautiful. What would you like to gain out of this meditation session?
I am going to change my proficiency from investigation to athletics.
Ooh. All right. Solid.
And after that, she will continue working on her drawing plural, I guess.
Okay.
So I go ahead and roll my performances for that.
Go for it.
Specifically going with 3 drawings. So
Fingers crossed.
1, 2, 3.
Well, 2 are doing phenomenal. The first warm-up one.
No, I have advantage.
Oh,
24,
okay.
27, and 19. They're all
Okay.
great.
Yeah, they're doing phenomenal then. Sorry, I thought you accidentally had it on. So
No,
yeah, no. Yeah.
No. I get
You're-
advantage because Kalishtar. Yay.
Woo! Yeah, no, you're
Yeah.
good. You're solid. They're phenomenal. You're getting so much done up on this roof that is raining. So, don't know how long your incense cigarette lasts, but you know, maybe you found like a ledge.
I would have
somewhere.
to assume they would have like a little cover up there. Little shelter.
She can use your wings.
Yeah, that too. But yeah, no, you find somewhere that's dry and
Yep.
you're good to go and
Yep.
do it. All right. Stakeen and Lyric, you both go to the gym in some way, shape, or fashion.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Is
Would you?
anyone in there with us?
No.
All right. Lyric goes to whatever piece of equipment that is next to Stakeen.
Oh,
And
God.
before he starts to work out, he pulls down his mask that he's still wearing for some reason,
Hmm.
and he just he looks at Stakeen, and then mind links with him, Hey, I will switch to regular words if you want, but can I ask you a question since I feel like you're probably the most not giving a to lie enough person?
Sakeen looks at Lyric and says out loud, switch to regular words.
All right.
And continues doing, we can say he's doing like chest raises at this point.
All right.
Mm.
Whatever the hell equipment is next to that, I'll just be doing dumbbells. I guess.
Basically, they're dumbbells.
Okay, so I'll just do dumbbells and Lyric, while looking down at the ground, just goes, I have two things that I want to ask about Alara. The first thing being, why did you notice how weird she was being today? Kind of pissed me off.
You and me both.
I mean, she acts like she didn't leave us, but then she kept doing things that made it seem like she did. And then she had the nerve to keep calling us crazy and talk about trust. Anyways, the other thing I was going to ask you, am I being a fool?
As far as
I said I had two questions about Alara, didn't I?
I see. In that regard, yes.
Hmm.
You see, the Major would probably, or strikes me rather, as someone who is hiding a lot more than she's saying.
I mean, no shit, she's definitely lying about yesterday. Something about yesterday she's lying about. Or today, whatever.
Probably. However, people in this facility in general tend to do that. So it's
Yeah,
not
but
surprising to me in the slightest. However, her behavior leads a lot to question, I guess. It seems rather stark that she switched gears like that
the
and
switching of gears
sent
I'm
her to
fine
base
with.
3, but it might have not been in order from her.
Maybe not stalking, but that's not what I'm talking about at all. Look, I don't really care if that order was over the top or not. At the end of the day, I deserve to be in the prison that I ended up in. I don't know about you, but Sanchi and I deserve to be there. This lady did something wrong. Even if it ends up biting her in the ass in a severe way, at the end of the day, she led her own actions. We can't. If we wait for the stupid, we'll be crying all day. The only thing I mean is that, I mean, I've been trying for like what, a month. I think I've had like 4 conversations with her, and they were mostly orders. And to be completely honest, after today, like I'm still gonna be indebted to her. She's possibly gonna be the one to give us our freedom. But I don't know.
Your
I feel like
view on the prison system is very small-minded, Lyric. I'm going to tell you that right now. Not everyone who
Also,
gets sent to these are, in a way, people who have done anything wrong. Sometimes
trust
they
me.
get put there.
Why do you think I'm so indebted to her? Look, like I said, Sanchi and I, we deserved to be there. I don't know about you and Silas. If you two get out, then that's great.
Speak for yourself.
I don't know. I don't know what your deal is and what you've been through, but when it comes to someone who literally sticks their neck out for someone who on paper should be everything they hate, I don't think she deserves to be in here. I don't think she deserves to be in the situation. That could be true for you. I don't know. And before we got into the situation, I wouldn't have cared to ask. That's why I said, I know I deserve to be there. And that's why I'm going to say it again. She did do a crime. And if it caught up to her, that's on her fault. Maybe she didn't deserve to have the harshest punishment that she could have had by getting sent to that base. But look on the bright side. We're not there. And neither is Tasha, so she at least might have a day or two.
Hmm.
I only meant that the only question I meant was, have I been being a fool and acting like a total ass for something that's likely never ever going to happen?
Sakine just kind of stops and looks at Lyric and goes. He sighs before continuing again and just kind of side eyes him a little bit. Yeah, but you're trying. But yeah, if she wanted it, it might be for the best to at least pull back. But why do you
You're a
want
lot more.
my opinion?
Well, because I thought you were someone that didn't care enough to be this tender with me.
I don't care enough.
That's what you do. You could have just said, "Yeah, you're being an idiot. She's not that into you. Just back off." But instead, you beat around the bush a bit. It's like you were kind of afraid to hurt my feelings. It's sweet, but it's weird for you. Not a bad thing.
Thanks, I guess. And Stacking gets up and moves to a different machine.
Should ask the owl who knows you better.
You're not in the room.
Lyric just nods at Stocking as he leaves, and then just keeps lifting.
Aw, cute. All right. Bro talk. So, Santi, what you doing in the library?
Well, I found this neat old book the other day, and I just wanted to read it. And so as I was going through it, learning all about the history of the Protectorate bloodline, I wanted to see if the library had any more books on that.
Interesting. So you go and you notice that this facility is a little bit not as... I'm sorry?
I was gonna point out that was there anything suspicious about the way this book was stored that makes me think that, because the contents seem a little bit sensitive.
So yeah. If you would like,
I would like.
So as you've read the document, I see. You notice.
That's why I'm at the library now.
That's fair. That's very fair. You notice, and I'm not even going to make you roll an insight since your character would kind of know. Like, you agree. This is a very sensitive document. But as you're looking, you then look at the year that it was published, and you realize it might be a little outdated. Just by like a tad.
What is the year today?
571 or 5,057.71.
Wow, did everybody know that?
It's on the Benedict Bulletin.
Right. Right. Lyric, what's the year today? That's what I thought.
What the hell was that? She's not even in the room.
25,600 minutes.
You never ended your long distance mind link. Get fucked.
Yes,
Hey, you guys
I
got a
live
little
in
ears.
this mind link
Beep
now.
boop. You got your little beep boops. Got your little telekinesis beep boops. It's all good. Hey,
Beep
talk
boop
to
said
Spears. And Wade and
Has it
Connor.
really only been like 10 days? I thought we went through like 3 weeks of classes.
Oh, we
No,
went through
you
1
went through
week.
1 week.
Oh.
Yep.
I have been updating the calendar on the Excel spreadsheet.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
We interviewed
Well, Luke's not good at
17
math, and
people
neither
in
am
one
I.
day.
apparently.
It has been pretty quick.
Uh,
A lot quicker than what we've been playing it out. But yeah, you notice maybe that's why this document could have slipped through the cracks, possibly.
So I probably would not want to bring this to the attention of the resident librarian.
Probably not.
So instead, I guess I would ask the librarian if there was any information on the egg gene.
And hold on. I suddenly have a cough.
Oh, you know what? I suddenly maybe don't want to know the answer to my question.
So she
No, that's the
walk up-
library's reaction. Just cough it.
tuberculosis. No. So she like kind of like you realize that this like warforged librarian is just like looking up with like little techie hands, and then she looks back at you and looks back at like her screen. She goes, "Can I see your military ID?"
I show her my military ID.
You don't have the clearance for the documents, sir. Ma'am. I'm sorry.
You think just because you're warforged you can't tell genders apart?
No, it was a slip up in my computing. My apologies. That still does not change your clearance.
Ah, well, maybe I would like to know a little bit more about the history of the base and what goes on. Is there perhaps some historical texts you can point me to? Not
About
necessarily,
which base?
the whole complex as a whole.
Mm-hmm. I see here you don't have your training modules finished.
Yeah, we're in the midst of training. I'm going as fast as I can.
Right. Well, what I would recommend is to finish your training modules, and then you'd probably have a little bit more access to documents, but I can request them for you to be delivered to your devices once access is cleared.
I suppose.
Sounds good. You're wanting to know about the bases?
Yes, please.
Is there anyone in particular?
Oh, all of them. 1, 2, 3.
Okay. If that is what you wish, I will put in the requests, ma'am.
Wow, you just really can't get it straight.
My apologies. Sanchi is my brother's name.
Uh-huh. Big
My
coincidence.
apologies, ma'am.
Yeah, very common
Yes.
name, huh? What's your name?
No. My name,
Yeah?
Libby.
Hi, Libby. What's your favorite book?
My favorite book does happen to be anything in regards to romance. I do love a good romance, but my favorite author is Scribbles Carward. He writes beautiful novels, especially murder mystery novels. He
That
wrote
name
one
sounds
romance
familiar.
once. Now he's in journalism. His
Thought
romance.
you were gonna say jail.
No, journalism. But his romance, well, it wasn't his strongest genre. It's the one I like the most. The Flock of Feathers.
I guess I'll take that one when I'm done with my training modules.
Absolutely, ma'am. You have a good evening. We have computers available if you'd like to do the training modules here, or you can do it on your own devices in your room.
Sure, how do you feel about book clubs?
Oh, I love book clubs. I love them.
Tuesday, 8 to 10, my room.
You invite everybody but Lyric.
Ah, I would love. While I'm usually here stationed, I do like to read. I would love to join your book club.
Oh, great, okay. I'll let you know when we're meeting next. It's not every Tuesday, some Tuesdays we're off base, just so you know.
Absolutely. I will wait for the request. Here's my ID. And she like sends it over to you and your little tablet gets her ID. So now we can chat on Teams. Agrasoft is great, isn't it?
Do you have Skype?
Oh no, we use Agrasoft here.
How do you feel about, Poach Cord?
Oh, no. We only speak through proper channels here. Agrasoft Teams has the best emojis and GIFs.
What about Egnal? I've heard Egnal is a popular up-and-coming platform. You can even
It might be.
Yeah, you can even add reporters directly.
Wow, interesting.
Yep.
I love that. I'll have to look into it. Is there a book on it?
I haven't had the chance to look, but I've heard all
Wow.
about it in the news.
Ah, yes, we publish that. So,
Oh yeah, I bet. What's tomorrow's headline?
oh, tomorrow's headline. It's probably going to be about the body that was found in the woods today.
Oh, that makes sense.
I have friends in the publishing department.
What's the news about the body? We were part of the team that discovered it. I'm sure you can tell by looking up my ID.
Well, I know it was discovered by Major Alara, but
Yeah, we're part of Alara's team.
more to come. Her documents are still awaiting arrival.
Okay. So you're not gonna tell me. Alright. See you at the book club.
Goodbye, Sanchi. It was great meeting you.
Nice
Welcome
meet
to
you
the
too.
library.
We're reading of owls and mice, just so you know.
Ooh, a classic. I do enjoy.
Oh,
As she
me
like
too.
wheels off to go get it. And she goes. All right. So, Stakeen, you want to work on your class module?
Yes, please.
All right. Does anyone else want to work on week 2 training material?
Well, I guess
Not
since I'm
yet.
denied from
Lyric?
All right. Let's go. All right. So we're going to go ahead and at least do a day of classes for those who
Oh, boy.
want class scores, if they want to do them after their workouts and meditations. Silith, would you like to join in the class?
I was gonna do it at the end of the day.
All right.
That's
Tis the end of the
something-
day.
Oh. I thought there'd be slightly more time. I had something prepared for.
Okay.
No, I'll do classes first. Fuck it.
Okay.
I guess I'll just do it since everyone's doing it.
Yay! So
Peer
we're all
pressure.
doing
Stocking just
a
looks over at
class.
me and he's just like, yo, before we keep working out, do that shit.
Do that class, bro. Books before.
Do work.
I was trying to think of some sort of innuendo like bros before hoes, but books has nothing.
Books before nooks.
There you go.
Ah,
All right, everyone, roll your first class of the day. Get those
Oh, shit,
schedules up.
I can't remember where we put those.
Strength.
They're all in
There
your
should be a little
personal.
note. Yeah.
yeah.
In our personal what?
In the
Messenger?
personal DMs. They're
Okay,
pinned.
awesome.
Mhm.
Charisma.
It's just the check, it's not the save, right?
Correct.
Oh my god.
Oh man. Well, that tracks.
Of course, now all
True.
the rolls go bad when we need them.
Yeah.
Ooh. All right, second class of the day. Go.
Again, application not great. Oh,
Rough. Rough,
or
rough,
books
rough.
not great.
God damn it.
Hold
Kind of
on.
makes
Actually, no,
sense. 'cause
that
Three.
tracks.
He's,
That
he's
tracks.
locking in.
Oh my
Yup.
god. Lyric
That
does
tracks, because
great
these
at
are
homeschooling.
Sakeen's two lowest stats. Intelligence and charisma.
All right, next class, class 3.
Lunch.
Lunch.
Oh yeah, that's right. You guys have lunch.
Lunch.
So moving on to the
Aw.
next
Nom
one.
nom nom nom.
Charisma.
Ranked.
Strength. Ah, man.
Oh,
Nine.
it finally happened.
Strength is 9. Charisma is 6. All right, next class.
Dex.
Damn, Sakeen, that is
Hmm.
brutal.
Sakeen's just
Damn.
not about it.
Sakeen is having a rough one tonight.
Yeah, nah, he's not.
Oh. Oh no.
Not as
Why
bad as
does it
lyric,
work
though, I
so
guess.
well? Why
So
is it so accurate?
With me getting a 20 in world politics and me not being from this area, is there any tidbit of interesting something that I'd learn from it?
Ooh. You do. You learn that. Let me see what I want to share with you.
Oh no, she's discovered my book club.
As we're all doing this separately on our tablets.
You learn as you're reading through something that sticks out immensely is the collapse of the Omelet Dynasty, because you recognize that last name and you're like, huh, damn, they fell that fast. And so that sticks out to you that there was a dynasty named Omelet.
She's still falling to this day.
Facts. All right. Next class.
That's Constitution for all of us.
Yeah.
Yep.
Nope.
Oh,
You
well,
are
that
being
wasn't bad.
reconstituted.
Will he keep up the? Nope. The streak is broken.
Apparently
His-
still
his good
traumatized about
constitution has
anything.
evolved.
Traumatized with anything related to blood currently. Nope.
All
No,
right,
thank you.
and then
Not
you
for it.
all give me a wisdom check.
Oh, is he?
Brutal.
This is my worst one.
Oh. Still distracted.
I'm just the best.
It's
Yeah.
a fast one.
There you guys
I'll tell you
go.
that.
So Silith and Stakeen, you both have very hard work days. Very
Yep.
hard class days. The other two
Yeah,
of
well.
you guys feel like you applied yourself pretty well.
Yeah.
All right. So you guys finish your homework for the night, and about 2 to 3 hours go by as you all are just sitting there, whether it's in your rooms, the library, wherever you decided to do your homework. We're going to move it to the bedroom just so it's a little bit more accurate. But yeah, what would you guys like to do after doing 1 day's worth of homework?
Is it dinner time now?
Yeah, dinner time is there. Ring a
Yeah,
ding
so-
ding.
Probably go get dinner.
Yeah.
All right.
Yes.
Lyric's gonna go to the roof.
Ooh. All right. So, Lyric, you go to the roof so you don't see what's in front of you, which is the oh so very similar cafe.
Yep.
Is anyone else going anywhere else?
I will after dinner.
Okay.
But Silith is going to like eat her food pretty quick and not be social.
Mm-hmm. Okie doke.
Oh, and well, no, not yet. Yeah, no,
Okay.
I'll eat my food and then I'll go back to my room and try on the dress that she bought while shopping and like do up her makeup and whatnot.
Ooh. Alrighty. So you all sit down immediately. Silas just like scarfs her 2.5 grapes, dips, and then that leaves Stakeen and Sanchi sitting down there.
Ah, yes. Stakeen chooses not to interact.
So, Stakeen, do you want to join the book club?
Oh.
I've recently come to
Lyric just somehow gets a little pang in his heart.
I've recently come to believe that maybe I've been too exclusionary with my invitations, so I'm just inviting the people who I think would benefit most from being at the book club.
Why do you have a book club? How do you have time to read?
It reminds me of my husband. And, you know,
What?
Oh.
I just do. I'm really good at reading. It's my eyes, you see. I have owl eyes.
Is that all? Is it because? Does it help that you talk so fast?
Yes.
Huh. I have questions. First off, because, and don't take this the wrong way, I'm actually very curious. If owls can turn their heads all the way around, do you have two versions of the same book so you then can read more without having to turn the pages?
How does that even make sense? Are you racially profiling me right now?
I asked you not to get offended. I'm curious.
Okay, just asking me not to get offended doesn't preclude me from getting offended, nor make me wrong for getting offended. That's perfectly reasonable things to get offended about.
You talk very fast. I don't think I want to join. What books do you read?
Well, today, this week, we're on Of Owls and Men, a classic about, an owl that kills a mouse. Sorry, it's Of Owls and Mice. A classic about an owl that kills a mouse, but the mouse really had it coming, so the owl gets off scot-free.
I think I'm okay. Have fun.
It's actually a really riveting tale with a lot of, really culturally relevant discourse on mental illness in the owl and mouse populations, respectively.
Uh-huh.
Is that still a no? You don't care about mental illness?
the way the guy, so he's in the kitchen right now. I kid you not. He was looking down, and the minute he goes, "Do you not care about mental illness?" and just looks up and stares at me.
It's so good. The guilt. The guilt. Oh, it makes me so
God.
happy.
Good time to think it through.
What the hell?
Well,
I mean, I guess it's okay. You don't have to come.
I don't care about mental illness.
I guess not. Pencil me in for the next one. This book doesn't sound like my cup of tea, but maybe next time.
Okay, I know we were talking about this with Spears about reading Catch-23.
Maybe I will join for that one.
Honestly, a great book about abuses in the military.
Maybe I won't join for that one. That seems...
I feel like it would be very, up your alley. You might have a lot of eye-opening insights about what the author is talking about.
Let me
As
know
long as
when you
can
start, I
recognize a
guess.
contradiction.
Oh, I can recognize a contradiction.
Alright.
Well?
Stakeen still, he's still eating, I guess. When he finishes, he gets up and goes to his room. After a very riveting conversation about Sachi's book club.
Very eye-opening conversation about
Poor
Stockman's
Lyric.
views on mental illness, mental health
Yes.
during the month of mental illness awareness, May. But fair. All right, Sanchi, after you finish eating, what would you like to do?
I guess I got books to catch up on. I promised everyone the book club.
True. You better get on it. So you go back to your room to go read.
The roof is fine.
The roof?
Yeah, sometimes
All
you gotta get
right.
fresh air when
Everyone
you're
wants to
reading.
go to the roof.
I know.
Yeah, it's the best
the
place to
Cool Kid Club.
eavesdrop.
True. Speaking of, Lyric, you're up on the roof before they all show up. They as in
Yep.
Sanchi. What you doing up there?
Lyric, when Lyric goes up there, he looks around. Is he still the only person up there?
Yes.
All right. He just like goes out and towards the side, like away from the door, and just starts doing Way of the Drunken Fist kata. And he just keeps doing different forms over and over again, trying to get his mind off of things.
Accurate. And before you know it, time passes and Sanchi walks up. Sanchi, you see him just fully doing
If I
his
see
thing.
him, I would like to not be seen by him. Can I sneak?
Stealth it out. Yep.
It's okay. He's not paying enough attention to notice anyways.
He doesn't see you anyways.
Wonderful.
Oh yeah, I definitely don't see. Damn.
Well, I mean, you can try and perceive me, however, you can't.
Oh, he doesn't even know you exist up there right now. He's not
No,
gonna try to
that
perceive
door
it.
barely opened, so it didn't even hit the squeaky hinge. Because of how tiny you are.
That is my specialty.
True. So what you doing, Sanchi? You spying?
No, I'm reading and eavesdropping.
Yes,
No
of course.
eaves, then there's nothing that can drop, I guess.
Nope. Except for his Way of the Drunken Fist.
I mean, I'm also sitting
Half the time
right
it's
above
At some point
you're gonna
Lara's
see him.
office.
Well, it's the roof. She's in the building still.
Yeah, but
So
then
out of
when
she's
she-
busy.
curiosity,
She's
So
like in the
normally-
middle.
That's so dumb. The middle. She deserves a window office.
She do.
By the
There's
roof.
windows. But top floor window. But no. She's on floor like 7 out of 10. Not including the basement levels.
I can fly down there.
Could probably fly, yes.
you want to fly off the roof? You think they're not gonna be mad about that?
Can certainly try.
They're probably gonna have. They're probably gonna lay an egg about that one.
Possibly. Chink.
Not so
Crack a
nervous.
few skulls. But all right. So, as it gets dark outside, because it was already evening, do you all retreat back to your bedrooms?
Lyric is still too locked in.
Hakeem is already there.
Yep. Sanchi, would you like to go back to your lovely abode of a bedroom?
I'll stay on the roof for now.
Okay. Alrighty. Is there anything anyone would like to do?
Can I roll a stealth check?
Yes, you can.
God damn. Okay.
Damn. Well, not so good, but thankfully no one's there to see. So
Yep.
you pass. Yay! But anywho,
Okay,
yeah.
can I roll
So
a reading check?
yeah, go for it.
Ah, so much better.
Wow,
Great.
you are improving by the minute.
Clearly very nervous.
Apparently, V nervous.
Be nervous.
As anticipation just keeps rising. And slowly it is midnight. 12:30. 1 a.m. It is dark. It
Well,
is rainy,
I'm gonna
cold.
Holy shit! Where the did you get up here? How long have you been up here?
go to bed. 4 hours or so. 5?
Uh,
It's 1 a.m. now.
you. Well, I guess thank you for the company.
No problem. Anytime.
If it's
Sure.
been an extended amount of time, can I roll another stealth check?
Yes, you can. Yes,
I-
you can.
There we go.
There we go.
There we go. Finally found a good hiding spot. Got it.
Thank goodness.
I guess I'm just gonna go take a shower now. I smell.
True. All right. So Sanchi, you go to your room to go sleepy. Lyric, you go to your room to go sleepy.
No, shower first.
Oh yeah, shower
Smelly.
first. Apologies.
And-
then you go.
And weirdly, I had a clothing option too.
Oh.
He walks
Yeah.
into his room naked.
No, I walk into my room. I get out of the shower, and then I'm just like, "Well, she made it look fun." And then he takes out a big Hawaiian shirt. That's
no
way
one's
too
seen
big
the
for
outfit
him.
yet. That was part of the
What?
stealth checks. No one was around. You didn't see me
Yeah.
change.
Nope.
Oh no! I'm just saying, like, I had a similar idea to you, anyways. In terms of this
Okay.
is gonna happen, I pull out a and like also not that. You'll see what I mean. He pulls out this giant yellow Hawaiian shirt that Stocking gave him after he didn't want to keep it, and he pours it over himself, and it just droops down to like his knees. He's like, just to be safe, I should probably wear some boxes. And he puts them on, and then he puts his boxes on, and he's just like, this feels awesome.
Did you do that before showering, you said?
After.
No, I do that after showering.
So now he's just standing in his room, having
Oh,
his own
well
little
then I
try
would like
on.
to retcon something.
Yeah.
Sure.
As soon as you go into your room, you see the flower that Silith you gave Silith, and a piece of paper on your bed.
Okay. Looks at the flower. I guess she didn't like it either. And then he picks up the piece of paper.
And as soon as you do that, I would like to do a shove attack.
Go for it.
And
Oh my
because
God.
I am unseen and stealth, I should get advantage.
Yes, you should.
And I already changed it to athletics. And
Yep.
because I am a monk, I can use dexterity, so I'm just going to roll acrobatics.
Mm-hmm.
So hopefully this goes well. There
And
we
you
go.
have sneak attack
Yeah.
damage, right?
Oh, and you like got a critical win, so
Not critical. Not
Dang.
critical.
24. Look.
It's not a crit.
Where are
It's a
you shoving
30.
him? Out the window?
No,
Like-
just on the ground. It's a trip
Okay.
attack. I've
Yep.
already told you my plan.
I know. I'm just going
Okay.
for the goof. Out the window? No. But,
No.
yeah, so you fully pin him to the floor.
And then with that, I will and to be fair, there was a thing that I noticed that you said that hasn't happened yet. You have not seen her arms. You specifically have not. So yeah, she's gonna do that.
You did tell him about them.
Yes, but you never saw them. So
True.
lovely, gross ass arms as soon as she summons it. Okay, apparently only 4 force damage.
So pitiful.
Eh,
Eh,
I mean,
damage is
2d4,
damage.
Yeah. And then it is a free action to go prone, so she's just gonna sit on you.
Where's Lyric?
In Lyric's head right now, this is the sexiest way someone can die, and I had this coming.
Not
Oh,
between
and there is
generations.
some amount of like glowing in her eyes.
Where's
Mm.
Lyric's room relative
Nice,
to
nice.
ours?
It's in the
Oh,
same
Sandy?
hallway at least.
I would say any reaction from him, like verbally or no?
He just looks up at you and says, "You know, I accept this. I probably had it coming.
No, you really should learn to keep your mouth shut.
Yeah, it's definitely gotten me in a lot of trouble the last couple of one day.
So how much did you rat on me?
But essentially everything I told you. To be completely honest, there wasn't a whole lot to say since you guys were good.
She's gonna incite that, even though I personally know. It'd be a 3.
Yeah.
I still have advantage on.
Yep.
Yeah, you see that he's telling the truth. Like, you guys said no running away, so he just straight up was like that. Yeah, And then he'll follow up and say, and like I said, you guys would have chosen to run. I mean, I did tell the warden that my useful skill was being a decoy, so it would have been worth it. You guys are fun.
And my skill is information, so now I want some information in return to make sure you don't tattle on me again.
Oh, you don't have to worry about that. The whole reason I told you guys, and to be frank, I'm happy this is happening. Like, I wasn't sure if I was doing the right thing when I told you all. But I also didn't feel good about not telling you all. So, this kind of helps. And
Amen.
I don't want to hide anything from any of you. I don't want to hide anything from you.
You just haven't shown that you can keep a secret. That's 3 times now.
There will
I'm-
be a fourth.
I have no excuse. I admittedly let my tunnel vision get the best of me. And yeah, like I said, I guess I didn't say it outright, but I thought you were going to get another body count today. Or at least a minute ago.
Could have, if I wanted to.
You still can.
Yeah, but that could be problematic here.
Oh, for
That-
who?
For me, that's when I was asked to go easy on you. Which is
You
why
don't
I
have to
said
do that.
information. Still prefer not to get my hands dirty and would prefer not to go to jail.
They'd probably look the other way. I'm sure I annoy the shit out of the right people all the time.
But still,
But whatever
I
you want to
still
know,
want
Tyler.
information. 3 secrets. 3 things about you that no one else knows. I think that's even.
Well, that's a little difficult. I don't exactly have any secrets. Well, I do have 2. And I guess. And then he gets a really uncomfortable look on his face, like almost like you could visibly see that the thought of what's running through his head is visibly like aging him. It's like I have one secret that's a little hard to explain because of my tribe and taboos, but I'll give it to you anyways. But let me work up to it with something else, I guess. And I'll give you a freebie on that. Information for information's sake. The reason I didn't, I already told Stalking about this, but the reason I didn't shut up earlier when you told me to shut up when it came to what didn't happen today was because I heard the first week of our classes, actually the last time you were in my room. That night, I ended up overhearing a conversation between the Major and RQ. Apparently, RQ hates us, well, mostly Stalking, and really enjoys Spears. He thinks Alara is incompetent. Alara thinks he's too shoved up his own ass to actually do anything when it really counts, or something like that. And he was under the impression that if we were left alone with him, that we would kill her. And I was overcome with the fear that if nothing was said out loud in a recorded area, that we could get blamed if that did happen. And I don't want to fight them. I mean, I don't care to fight the military, that's one thing, but I don't want to fight the other 3. and I don't want you three to be put in that kind of situation either. So that's your freebie. Hmm. I was older not to tell you guys, but I technically broke that a while ago. Okay, 3. I have stolen from everybody I worked with, nearly everybody I worked with before I got into prison. And yes, there is somebody on that list in our team. Nothing too big, just gold for beer. 2. And he like starts to get a little uncomfortable. I have been dying to ask you a question, but I've been too afraid to hit rock bottom. You've brought something up when we first met. Well, not first met, but when I first started paying attention. And I thought you were just being, well, I thought you were attributing something that you went through to what I would go through, but you actually gave a shit. And I don't about him, but yesterday, he like pops out his eyes a little bit because he's annoyed with the whole like day yesterday, not yesterday shit.
Yeah.
Yesterday, you brought it up again, and when you said that pain can be felt through the Kalishtar, you weren't talking emotionally, were you?
Both.
Even
Emotions, pain, yes.
and he like bites his lip a little bit, and then he smiles. Is this common knowledge to Kalishtar, typically?
Usually.
And as he laughs, you start to see tears running down his face. Oh, that's great. It's amazing how you can figure out in 1 minute that you're the greatest fool in your whole country. Well, thank you. I'm really good at hurting all the important people in my life, even there's only like 5, well, 8. I'm not good at math.
I mean,
Doesn't
it's
matter.
usually only the direct lineage, so.
Yeah, but here's the thing. I left my tribe and I left my duties as an heir to call my mother a hypocrite and weak. She wanted to protect my piece of shit father, and I never knew why. Now I do. Misguided, but she was a good mom. The last 13 years have been a joke. But I'm here now, and that's what matters. And maybe I can do some good. Either way, I could still kill my dear old dad. At the very least, I'll get the punishment I deserve at the same time. Anyways, for the last one, and when he like sinks into himself almost.
And she's still sitting on him this entire time.
Yeah, like he's even sinking even deeper. Like that's how uncomfortable he is with this, and he just like rolls his eyes and goes, "What? I'm a disgraced heir, and I just learned I'm a fool. I'm never going to be allowed back in anyways. So why not break the last taboo?" But let me ask you a question. It's a question that the real father in my life told me. I asked him what he thought, why he would want to be with my mom. She was always busy, and she had to be the most everything She had to be the strongest. She had to be the wisest. She had to party the hardest. She had to exemplify. Oh, okay, too big a word. Oh, not. Yeah. She had to be the pillar of everything that our tribe stood for. And she was. She did it great. And but it's a lot of work. And I had to do a lot of work growing up. And he told me that I would understand when I figured out what the difference between the sun and the stars was. Whole lot of bullshit, right? But today I saw a star. And I got the second half of my answer. Stars are like, well, stars are beautiful, but they're only out at night, and they're everywhere. They can't notice you. And if you take your eye off it for just a second, the star you think is the prettiest is gone, just like that. And you can't see anything off of it. Like you can see vague shadows at night. But that's it. Because they're not shining for anyone. They're not shining for each other. They're shining for maybe someone or no one. But they're not shining for you. And then there's the sun. And he like looks to the right and he looks like way off, but he could almost turn his whole head sideways. Or like almost do the what's it called? Exorcist 3 head turn. Or pull a Sanji, I guess.
Hoot hoot.
But he lets out one big sigh. The sun, when it's out, and don't get me wrong, I could be wrong about this. I've never actually, I don't know if I even know what the feeling is like, you know? And I've never been romantic with the person that taught me this lesson, but maybe that's fine. And maybe it's fine if it's always the truth. But when the sun's out, you see the whole world. You see the good, you see the ugly, and you figure out that they're not the same thing. You learn just because it's out. You know the minute it's out, too. It's everywhere. And whether it's a good day or bad day, it's warm. And the best part is, at least to me, that it doesn't really matter who the sun is shining for, because it would be great for anybody. And it does well for everybody. And I figured that out last night. And he just kind of like does his best to not look at Silas at all. And the tears that were like shooting out earlier kind of just stop. And he says, in my tribe, when you get rejected, you're supposed to stay away from the person, but we can't do that here. We're supposed to celebrate when, you know, we have new opportunities in life. That's the reason that's the reason why you could hug me and I couldn't hug directly back. I didn't want to cross any lines that you weren't comfortable with. When I think of how much you confuse me, it doesn't matter. None of that matters. Because whether or not you have a particular favorite flavor of pudding, you've made a voice heard, and after getting to know you, one of my favorite things about you is the fact that I know that even though on paper, with everything that you've told me you dislike, and yeah, it doesn't matter. I should be someone you hate to talk to, but you're always kind. And I'm sorry. that I don't have any better promises to give you. Not promises, secrets, my bad. And he's still looking away.
And she'll get up
Oh,
off of him and take it like step back towards the door and kind of look away, kind of blushing. It's not that I don't. It's that I'm not allowed. And then she'll leave.
before you get out the door, he just says, I don't want to pay for your freedom because of my feelings. It's because I think that someone like you would do the world better if they were free. I just want to make that clear.
And she'll give a slight nod and then continue out.
And as the door shuts, Lyric just goes, "What the is today?"
Poor Lyric.
Sorry, look at the photo.
What?
I said I put one of the photos on your bed. You went to go pick it up, but you never actually got to look at it.
Yeah, as soon as I went to, Lyric goes and looks at it.
Yeah, that's
What does
27.
the-
It's a photo of you.
Lyric looks at it, looks at the door, looks at it, looks at the door. It really is a historical day.
And then
The
do you look
greatest
at
school
the
in all
back?
of Egg is here.
Do you look at the back of it or anything like that?
Sure.
So on the back, in Quori, so you can actually read it, it has written on there, "Sorry for making things complicated. Maybe it would be easy or simpler if you saw me for the monster I am."
Lyric follows her out.
Oh no, go.
He's
Oh no, by
Yeah.
that time she's in her room and locked the door.
He goes to her room and he just knocks. Not like just
Yeah, no response.
and he like takes out his tablet. He's like, "Okay, Spears, you did a thing for me. Let's see if I can figure it the out." And he just types out a message to her, unfortunately in Dwarven, because he's not smart enough to think about Korai right now. And he sends it to her, and it since it's in Dwarven, should I just send it to like the chat, or should I send it to her specifically, or should I just wait for whenever? I don't know. They just like throws the tablet up and goes back to his room as he tries to figure it out.
Oh.
But he picks it back up because he's trying. He's trying.
Yeah. I mean, it will probably auto-translate, I imagine.
If
Yeah.
not, I think Silent knows how to use Agrisoft Translate.
Well,
Oop.
he just sends a message that reads out, "I have killed more than you know, and some of them were clients. You're not the only monster in this room, in this building." And did you draw that? He's dumb. I gotta make him dumb. I'm sorry.
But does she reply though?
Who knows? He goes back to his room and finally takes a shower, gets in the stocking shirt.
She'll reply and it'll say, "But do you make people love you before betraying them?"
He like puts his finger on his nose and then responds, "I'm not nice enough to know their names. I thought you were someone," and he will actually say this, "I thought you, capitals, was someone worth killing before that fight."
And then
And
no
the fight
reply.
being like the arena.
No reply.
Oh, whatever. Oh, don't think about it. You'll just mess things up more.
What a day indeed. So, with that, you all go to sleep. Truly, Sanchi, they're all just listening like,
Not at 1 a.m.
If they're still awake and listening to this, they deserve it. Okay.
There's always someone listening.
I'll say that entire conversation was in quiet, at least from her standpoint, then.
Lyric out here confessing his
But Sanji could
secrets.
understand because it's Sanji.
But I'm not the one in the earpiece.
Yeah.
Unless she wants to be.
Also, even if it's Korai, they have Agrosoft Translate, so...
yeah.
Technically, I used all my actions, so I did establish the mind link, so.
Oh,
Maybe
Holy
you should
shit.
have held one back then. A linked mind can't be read or something. I don't know.
Right.
so how do we sleep?
So you guys sleep, and I would say you sleep pretty well to the sound of rain
Love music.
and whatnot. There's no dreams or anything. You just peaceful sleep. You all wake up, go
woke
and
up?
get brekkie after getting dressed, I imagine, in some regard. Because you wake up, I'll do a message saying, like, go to the meeting room at X time,
Do we have to be in workwear?
usually. But-
Damn. Okay.
Wasn't specified, but if you're going to work,
Alright.
you would imagine that you'd be in workwear.
Yeah.
Eric doesn't know that concept.
Well, bless him when he goes down and realizes he's the only one not in his uniform.
Okay.
But,
Okay.
or at least in the hallway, you would see everyone leave their room and be in their
And then he
workwear.
would go back and change his clothes.
Yep. And as you all get breakfast together, you sit down. All of you notice that Leo's in there, and he's just kind of sitting at a table by himself, eating.
Where's your friends, Leo?
Menacingly.
He looks up. Good morning, newbies. How you doing? As he waves, as he's just eating a potato, some brekkie potatoes.
Leo, it's been so long. Days even. Hey,
You
Days.
sit down
Who
with him.
days? Sure.
All right. You guys sit down with him, and he's like, "So how's it all going? Tell me about it."
It's been a trip, man. Let me tell you.
Oh, did she finally break her good boss image with you all?
Finally, it happened in the first week.
Oh no,
Well.
he's still in denial.
I tried
Look.
warning you. She's not as
Yeah,
nice
actually,
as
it
she
was-
seems.
To be honest, it was like 2 days after you made that warning.
48 hours. Can I say?
But for these guys, it was like yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
Sanchi, I got to tell you about that later, by the way.
About what?
Later.
Okay.
So what'd she do? I'm curious.
Oh, you never said anything.
Hmm.
Oh?
She let Sanchi kick me in the balls.
Hold on. I didn't need permission for that.
No,
She
seriously,
allowed
what'd she
Sanchi to
do?
kick me in the balls.
Sorry, I'm not sure
Mm.
if we're allowed to actually discuss the details of our missions.
Saying that goes snitches get stitches or something like that.
Yeah, we're from a prison.
Hmm.
I mean, we can trust Leo. I just don't know if that's okay in the rules, I don't want to get in trouble or anything.
Well, I wouldn't do
also-
anything to ask to get you all in trouble.
Yeah,
I'll say,
there's
but
always
aren't you
some reason.
undercover people? Aren't you going to go rat it out and be like, "Oh, you scared the newbies" or whatever?
No. If you knew my history with her, then you'd know.
not good.
Was it special or something?
It was life changing, at least.
For the better
Oh,
or
good
the
for you.
worse?
Hmm.
For the better or the worse?
Depends. Are you looking at the glass half empty or half full?
Can I drink it?
Usually it's a glass.
Okay, you tell me if the glass was half empty or half full.
I mean, I got a bunch of extra fun information and things I wasn't supposed to know.
I guess the glass is half full then.
But, you know, I also got all the trouble that comes with that. Being at the right place at the right time, I guess. Scenario.
And what kind of trouble is that?
Oh, you're good. I just got to know a lot more information than I wanted to. It was in my early, like, rookie years, though, honestly. Back when her and RQ used to help out on Team 12 and whatnot for about a month.
What, did you find out about some gang bust or something? Or were they just taking a little off the top of something?
Personally, and he, like, smiles a bit. He's like, something I really shouldn't speak on the details of, but I would say it's probably best for you to find out from the source someday.
You're the one who brought it up.
Yes, but
Oh,
I'm
don't
not
be
gonna
that guy.
sit there. You guys aren't gonna tell me what she did.
Don't be a cherries.
Yeah, but we didn't bring it up. I was just about to say, I bet you listen to Bothered, don't you?
Hmm.
But you listen to Disturb me.
Bothered is the best band in the world. Bear.
Needless to say, I understood why Lieutenant Colonel Benatine was so keen on keeping her under wraps.
Benatine. I'm not
Yes,
familiar.
What is it?
I'll
What
put
is she?
I'll put it this way. She seems to have a temper and likes to use, what do they call those things to bust down doors instead of a lockpick?
A bomb?
No, it's like a big wooden stick thingy.
Battery
Not quite a
ram?
hammer.
A stick?
A ram.
Should rather use a sledgehammer than a lockpick. I'll put it that.
Did you see her
Wait.
beat someone into a slurry again?
No, but that would have been awesome.
Not physically.
Speak before, or think before you speak, I believe is the saying goes.
Honestly, I'm not gonna lie. She seems sometimes she comes off like me if I was actually dangerous. Oh man, that sounded terrible for myself.
I'll say this now. You're more right than you know.
I think
But-
he's more left than you know.
True.
I am left-handed.
But no, I was at the wrong place at the wrong time and got extremely lucky, all things considered. RQ was there. You can ask good old Commander Rylan Quantum about it.
I'm sure he'll give us a very straightforward answer.
He
Merrick
might.
looks at Stocking.
He took a 2-month or 6-month leave. I think that was his 6-month leave after it.
That much
Merrick looks
trouble?
at Stocking and Mind Leaks.
Mm-hmm.
Hey Stocking. You know what the fuck
Mhm.
he's talking about?
Not a clue.
One second. I need to hit an insight button. Where the hell? Damn it, my little thing has vanished into the background. There it is. Not intimidation.
Were you inciting him or Stakeen?
Stocking.
Stakeen, you telling the truth?
What, that I don't know anything that he's talking about? Yeah, I'm telling the truth.
Damn.
It's true. I can confirm that.
Okay.
But
Eric's like, damn. I want to hear the details of an awesome battle. It's been mostly bookwork. And he says all of that out loud.
well, Needless to say, if it gets RQ in his young, youthful age at the time to take 6 months off when he was number 2 student, you can imagine the severity of it. And if you're telling me she didn't beat someone into a slurry, imagine that by, I don't know, 50. And since you guys didn't even see that, I would say you got a very restrained Major Alara omelet.
So wait, she like beat the shit out of RQ?
No. Me and RQ were the only two.
Oh, so
Only
she beat the
witnesses.
shit out of you.
Nope.
They were the only witnesses.
Only one's
Oh,
alive.
did they make it?
No.
There,
When I
there
tell you there was a
Only
possibility.
one's
slurry.
alive, Lyric.
Fair. How the did RQ? Never mind.
There's a reason why he is the rank he is, Lyric. You gotta give him some credit. And
Yeah, look,
Sakim's just like staring at his food, still eating.
Eric looks at him and
Facts.
just goes, "You know what kind of bullshit he was thinking about before? I told you. How the is that even possible if that's the case?"
Let me say this. On the incident, at least. I'm not going to give any actual details to who or what was slurried, but let's just say RQ wasn't worried about those. Well, no, he was. RQ wasn't necessarily concerned on a lot of things with the situation, but RQ is someone that focuses on the consequences. And
The consequences
RQ,
of my actions.
exactly. RQ was very unlucky that day and felt very guilty for what occurred, hence why he was gone for 6 months. But RQ has a lot of responsibilities that only RQ can do right now. And when RQ failed to do those responsibilities, there was consequences. And those consequences were what Alara did. And I got lucky because instead of staying at my post and obeying where I was supposed to be, I got to live and witness kind of everything go down. And it was a massacre. Needless to say, I no longer looked at Ilara the same way, nor did I want to have her assigned to me for 2 months after RQ, good old Rylan Quantum, got married, but things happen.
Was it his ex or something? You're so vague. It's like you're basically telling us nothing. Just a whole sip of nothing in a jar.
Well, you know,
I'm telling you, the woman killed over 50 people, and it's because RQ was knocked out for 20 minutes.
Well, that just sounds like something that would happen. You accident. Wait, did she knock him out?
Who knows? I wasn't there.
Lyric,
Well,
you really should
I
listen
mean-
to the man. Like, he's very vague in a good way. You should try to be more vague too.
Yeah, I
But
probably should.
no,
I guess.
it was when he got married to Rose, his current wife.
Current.
Mm-hmm. Rose Benatine.
So, what did she do to Rose?
Rose is alive and well.
Benatine, like
All
the
right, I'm
Lieutenant
officially
Major?
out of guess.
You didn't hear it from me, Sanchi.
Oh.
Should go to the horse's mouth.
I don't think Ryland and I have that kind of relationship.
You really should soon. He is the one man you probably want in your pocket.
Oh, that's a shame.
I don't know. I kind of
Hmm.
saw it. I heard about his interview.
That was hilarious.
He is a good actor, isn't he? Took extra classes on that.
That wasn't my perspective, but I guess that's really good to know.
I mean,
Hey,
good way to distract the public, but good way to paint a target on your back as well.
Hey, what specifically did he do to you? Because I've heard before that we're supposed to have a little musical chairs moment at some point. I think. I think I heard that out of character. I have no idea if he actually heard that. I can't recall.
We
Anyway,
are supposed to switch up teams at some point.
yeah. I don't know if he ever heard that though. So, but he just, what did he do to you specifically when you flipped him off?
Who?
Well, and well, didn't you when we first met, you said something about, you know, somebody flipped him off or you flipped him off and then he made their lives like a living hell.
Mm-hmm.
So how did he do that?
I guess he took me on that mission.
That mission that you just told us about.
Mm-hmm.
But he didn't know that was going to happen, did he?
No.
So basically what you're saying is I flipped him off, so now we're going to experience some crazy shit.
Possibly. But no, ultimately what ended up happening was he beat my ass. But problem is when you get all-star top secret training, you know, you're gonna beat some ass with some new moves you never seen. So
Well, I can't wait. It's like I said, it's been a little too books.
well, based off of what I've been looking into, I don't think that'll be for long, but
What have you been looking into?
I can't talk about that. That's
Of
my
course.
job.
And yet you
But if it has
expect
to do with
talk
us,
about
then what the
Well, I don't know if it's going to you yet, but there's been some rumors about.
Yeah, you know, I really should have expected this from Alara following what I had to endure with my former ex.
Who was your last ex?
Mine? Certainly wasn't
No,
Alara. She's not my type of woman.
No, I had an ex whose last name was Alba.
Clarissa Quiche is the note I have for one of Sanchi's exes,
Yeah,
at least.
Quiche.
I guess I just never knew you back then. I've only ever met your husband, whose name is, and he like pulls out a piece of paper that he has. This is not a bad thing. I'm just trying to be better.
Yeah, I can appreciate that. At least it shows that you're trying.
Well, I don't know. I guess people look different when you know their names.
Well, I need to get to work. You all have a great one.
See ya.
Thank you for the
Have fun
update.
being vague.
It's my job.
It's his job.
I guess
And
it
he
is.
walks away.
Waddle, waddle.
And that guy could be a part of Organization 14. I swear to God.
Well, actually, he's part of Team 13. So you're not too far off.
That's not what I. You know what? Sure, yeah.
Well, do you all start heading to the meeting room?
Yes.
Alrighty, and as you all walk up to the door, can you all roll perception for me?
Yeah.
Perceive. Oh no.
Standard.
Mm,
All right.
Standard.
Standard indeed. So Sanchi and Silith, you both hear it. Maybe you guys are the first two to the door. And you definitely hear talking happening in the room. Do you stand outside to snoop, or what would you like to do?
Can I, like, be stealthy outside to snoop?
Yeah, the door's closed, so
Well, I don't know when to pop open.
yeah.
If the door's closed, I'll definitely wait behind.
Well, You're not stealthing very far.
Well, it's still a
or
12.
very well. It's a crit fail.
Crit fails any counter attacks.
Falls into the door.
You definitely walk up quietly, at least. But you put your guys' ears up to the door. Do you let the rest of the group know anything, or do you hear
We shush him.
conversation starting? All
I'll
right.
put a finger to my lip and then to the ear and then point to the door. Like,
All right.
and sure,
And-
I will eavesdrop.
Alrighty. So you two, put your ear up to the door.
Yeah.
Maybe the rest of them do at this point as soon as they see it as well. And
Sure. Wait.
You hear.
Oh.
None of you are stealthy. It's okay.
There.
There you go. Thank you, Silent. Stocking to
Just
you.
for the lulls.
Well.
I love our
There you
team right now.
Well, so you all can clearly hear, not really clearly hear through the door. For sure, the only one that can clearly hear is Silith and Sanchi, but you all hear conversation, and some of you might get different different bits and pieces. Oh Lord, you hear good old Ilara talking to RQ as you kind of get in like a middle. You kind of come in the middle of a conversation. Honestly, RQ, I don't know what they're talking about. All day yesterday, they were going on and on about how I was going to die. Besides it being just overall insulting to who I am. Hi, Cusco. Sorry, can't allow to say that.
Sergeant
Cusco is
Cusco just
canon.
walks in.
And Sergeant Cusco. He just stood up and he was just meowing. But anyways, overall insulting. They had the nerve. RQ, they had the nerve to disobey nearly all day orders. And not even like really disobey, I guess isn't the right word. But like they fought me on them because they were too frightened and concerned about my well-being. And you hear him kind of like come back with a very sharp tone. So you're finally deciding to show them your actual colors then? And like fly off the handle? First, you owe me the $50 back. I told
That was
you.
500.
500. I did write 500, which is what's even worse. Clearly. My son getting up like really ruined me. But anyway, I told you that you wouldn't last this whole mission out there without breaking that exterior you were trying to build up for them. I told you I should be the one to go out on this. This mission, as you know, requires discipline, patience, and honestly, it's like a game of chess. You should have known this. I literally couldn't disagree more. Well, maybe not. Either way, I just let myself get too worked up, which hasn't happened in so long. Even my ancestors have been screaming constantly about this land. So I just have people screaming in my head. They're so loud, it's so distracting. And then I have them sitting there being just stubborn. And he just kind of like cuts off. He's like, do you think they're loud because you're just flying too close to the sun, Ilara? You've been hunting down the one person who could possibly give you answers on all these things for years, and you refuse to trust them. Expect him to trust you. Then you finally have him in your hands, like putty, and you just go and blow it. Along with, you took this small murder case to just get access to the science building so you can look at some documents. I know if anyone saw the footage I did, you looked at a lot more than what was related to that case, Ilara. I know you hunted down Dr. Xenia Flickerfoot for answers, and finding her dead probably stirred some stuff up in you. And got upset, and you let your guard down. And then you showed the team who you really are. Either way, don't get personal. You're there to do a job. Wrap it up already. We have some stuff coming down the pipeline that you need to get prepared for. Well, more so I need to get prepared for. But just go, interrogate the sheriff, get them to cave on everything, come back, give yourself a break from the newbies, get them to finish their training and regroup. That's it. Lieutenant Colonel's pissed. So get it together. And she's just like, whatever, RQ. And she disconnects, and you hear the conversation end. Do you walk in?
I'd say give it like 2 minutes.
Yeah, it was also.
Even lyrics like, I remember that happened the last time I listened in and popped right in. So, did you guys hear something about Ped Zeppelin? I think I heard something about Ped Zeppelin.
Akeen turns around, walks down the hall really quick, comes back, and does a light knock on the door.
I love that for him.
Nah, he gives it enough time. He says that's enough time to make it not suspicious.
And you
fair.
walk in, because she yells, come in. She's like, good morning. We all ready?
What are you up to
Yeah.
today?
Cool. Sit on down.
Yet again, lyric
So-
sits exactly where he was standing.
She just rolls her eyes. She's like, all right, back to business today. Later on, we're going to be interrogating DA Fendrel Oakleaf. It's the wife of Taryn Oakleaf. Conducting the interrogation will be... Well, who wants to do it? Who wants to go first?
Marcus?
Yeah, Marcus hasn't been in there yet.
Marcus?
What do you mean, yet?
Sanchi?
I
You two can
guess-
be in
you
there
haven't been-
first.
Alright, sounds good to me.
Why not?
And I can keep
Fantastic.
the mind link with everybody, I guess.
All the Galishtar can stay behind.
No. Silith and myself will go in for the second round.
Yeah, that's the second round. I meant for the first round.
Mm-hmm. Or, Silith, if you'd like to stay out of this one since you've been in all of them, you can stay in the meeting room.
I am fine
With
with
it,
whatever
it's-
you decide.
Fantastic. Lyric, it's going to be me and you then.
Alrighty then.
Silas better at taking notes than you.
Yep.
So she'll stay in the meeting room and create a mind link with everybody. So, plus, given the situation yesterday, she was the one most shooken up, so a little bit of a break could be good. And
About that.
ultimately, Stakeen, I'm going to put it in your hands as a lead here, to where if I get too intense, you let me know enough is enough. Sound good?
Will you listen?
Yes. Thankfully, my
Yeah.
hearing is fine.
With the
RQ
extra-
is also...
I was just gonna ask, with the extra insight of having listened in at the door, do you think that the power she's giving Lyric is all for show and for, like, strictly to make
No.
him feel important?
No,
Do I
she's
feel
being...
like she's genuine though?
You do feel like she's genuine.
Mm,
Also,
Forgive me.
RQ... I'm sorry.
Feel free to tell me to wait on this, but can I ask why he was so confusing yesterday?
You can
On the
wait
way
on
there,
it.
I mean. Alright.
RQ's also back on duty and will be watching over more thoroughly, as in Spears, Wade, and Connor are doing some final work on getting through all the camera footage, so they'll be mostly unavailable.
Mm-hmm.
So RQ will be the point of contact if needed today. Sound good?
Mm-hmm.
Now your question?
Yeah, I just wanted to ask, like, I don't know, it really just seemed like you weren't being and this is going to sound filthy rich coming from my mouth, but logical? On one end, you would call us crazy, but you heard us out. You said we are having an episode, but you also allowed us to make ourselves late. And then, what was it? Oh, yeah. The really weird thing for me was you didn't question at all that we knew the entire plan, bit by bit. You never even bothered to fill us in on what we missed and didn't speak on, like you assumed that we knew. And, you didn't bother checking to see if any of us rummaged through your stuff or listened in on any plans when you know very well that one of us has done that before. I don't know, it just didn't seem like you were really being you yesterday. Like, you got angry, but that I've seen that before. That was actually kind of the one part of the day I felt like you were being, well, like it seemed appropriate that you got mad at me. But it took that long for you to act like, well, it took you until we got to the shack and you didn't die. You didn't even respond to Silith sarcasm when finding a camera. You acted like, of course she found a camera. So I just want to know, like, what was up? What's up with the inconsistencies? Is that the right way to say that?
Inconsistencies.
Yeah, that. Look, I know you don't have to tell us anything, and I'm the idiot, the last person that should ever be asking you or telling you to do anything. But these are three perfectly smart individuals here, and like, I don't know. It just seems really weird that you wanted us to trust you, but you couldn't trust us, and yet you kind of acted like you believed it a little.
I understand that you want to press this issue greatly. And I'm sure you overheard some things before walking into the room, but let's think about it. You have already made it very apparent as a group. The last thing you want to do is trust me. You don't really have a reason to either, but regardless, you may not even enjoy me as a person, which to each their own. Now, if I already know that answer going in, why would I put my full, unwavering trust if you do not trust me either to the same extent? And it's not really up for debate or conversation. Just as you all have your own reservations about me, I have my own about you all. I chose you all for a reason. My reasons for now stay my own, until I feel you need to know. For now, what happened the other day, I don't know what occurred, but I know enough that if I'm not concerned about it, it should not raise a concern to you all. We're here to solve a case about missing and dead women. So let's solve the missing and dead women portion first. Then we can get into the conspiracies of whatever happened. Greasor's known to be haunted. Could chalk it up to that. But ultimately, I'm not going to sit there either and ask questions that, for most extent, that I already have the answers to. However, you guys knew the plans before you did, but I know you didn't do anything out of order. Those monitoring systems were in a facility. No worries, I did my due diligence last night in checking. I have my own greater concerns on all of it, but right now I have nothing to evidence it. So I'm not going
all I
to
really
make it
needed
a
to hear.
concern.
The fact that you've been thinking about it at all is all I really needed to hear. To be completely honest, I think maybe I need to tell you the same thing I told Stalkeen. Step up. You think that we didn't trust you. I can't speak for these guys,
You thought I
but I
was
can
going to
speak.
die.
Of course we
Lyric,
did.
that's probably not what you should be saying to her.
Look, that you're missing. You're not hearing what I'm saying, and Stalkeen, I doubt you know what I'm saying. But what I'm trying to say is that, look, something freaky happened to us. You said you didn't sleep the night before, then you're acting uncharacteristically. I just wanted to make sure you gave a shit a little bit. And as for trust, you literally knew what I meant when I told you I would bite someone. What the do you think I've given you this entire time leading up to now? It's the only reason why I cared to ask.
I think you have trusted me to an extent.
And I do, and that's why I cared enough to ask. If we don't trust each other, then fine, whatever. You can't trust us all yet. I get it, we're criminals. But at the same time, like, some of us are trying. And at the end of the day, if you want to know why we can't, you want to know why you should trust us? It's because if anything happens to you, what the will happen to their freedom? We all have an investment to stay on point and actually do good things for this mission. It
She
wouldn't
looks-
make. Then he like puts his arm out to the team, and he goes, "This one here doesn't even like talking about his personal life, and as far as I know, he's never done anything to be here. And I swear to God, he needs to get laid. This one," and he points down at Sanchi.
Don't talk to me.
He points down at
get bored
Sanchi.
of your talk.
Come on, I was gonna talk you up.
I don't
Anyways,
believe it.
she's already proven really hard that she's not gonna do anything stupid. In fact, I came to you with information letting you know that
No.
these three wouldn't.
Lyric, I don't want you to argue that I somehow trust Major Lara. She's right.
No, not that you trust Major Law, but that you've at least sit
But I
here
don't
and you
wanna
wouldn't
trust-
f up your chances at freedom. Would
I
you?
don't want
Would
to
you
f
f up your
no.
chance at freedom?
Yes. If I was
What?
told to.
Oh, I give up. But anyways, all of us have a reason to actually stay on point. All of us have a reason to actually listen. We might be a little mangy about it, but you picked up 4 strays. What do you expect?
Mm-hmm. Rest of the group, how
and
do
when I
you
say-
feel?
I feel like you're giving orders now, and it's weird that Lyric is always walking over them.
The
Yes.
same instinct that you say your Kalishar lineage has given you, you'd seem to not respect in us.
Hmm.
And to me, that is frustrating. I would assume you picked 2 Kalishar for that reason. That's all she'll say, and she'll kind of like look away as she's saying it.
Stakeen?
I mean, he's not wrong. However, I guess we haven't really given you. No.
N-
We're not going there.
At the end of the day, you've only really spent time with one person on our team. You don't know us. That's what I mean when I say, like, if you want us to, like, get that genuine trust, just be you. We'll be us. We'll listen.
Sounds good.
Sorry if I wasted anyone's time.
We could have done this in the car.
No,
I
I think
didn't-
it was great it was done here. I didn't have to drive while trying to focus.
It drives itself.
I help sometimes.
I suppose that's true. That is how we got to Ronald's and Donald's.
See? Safely, might I add. But outside of that, I think it'll take time. And there's things I'm waiting to see from all of you before I make any moves. on what you are asking. Because I know what you guys want. I know you all very extensively. Not in person, but I know quite a lot more. But more to come. We're still new. It's been 10 days.
Wait, it's been 10 days? What the fuck?
Give or take.
I think today is exactly 10.
I don't think I know how to count.
Technically, you arrived,
That's
I
not
believe, on a
surprising.
Friday. Then we had the weekend. That was, if you count Friday, Saturday, Sunday. You then had 5 days of school. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's 7. We've been here for, what, 3 days? So it's been almost 2 weeks.
We came on a Sunday because we immediately started classes
True.
the day after.
True. I could have sworn we had a weekend. But, yeah. No,
Hey,
it's been pretty quick.
that
You had a press day.
by that reminds me, speaking of our first weeks of class, that day that I wandered into your office, did you sleep well that night?
Define well.
Well, I mean, anything unusual? Anything weird? Or did you just wake up feeling like, "Bleh"?
Well, unfortunately, usually once a week I have an appointment that usually goes all night, so I don't think I slept that night anyways, which is probably why I don't remember it. No, I missed that.
Hmm.
Uh-oh. Well, regardless. It's here nor there. Been a little busy the past month or two. So,
Fair enough.
anyways, let's talk about DA Fendrel Oakleaf, shall we?
Yeah, let's do that.
He's a sleazeball. He's an uptight sleazeball.
Mm-hmm.
He reminds me of like a greasy kid, you know?
Yeah, I kind of do.
Does he not shower?
He does, but he's just. He reminds me of that one reporter that uses pomade. He's just
Oh, that
snobby.
guy.
Yeah.
Him again.
Reminds me of
Oh.
someone who would steal candy from a child.
Probably did,
That's.
but
I mean, isn't that what he did with with the brown brow girl? The bronze brow girl, whatever her name was.
yeah. No, he's just someone that I don't find likable, I guess. Though I don't really like anyone here in Greasor. But regardless of that, from what it seems, he's the one that has the most holes in his story. I didn't look into him too much prior, only because I had my eyes set on a few other things within the case. But apparently this man is like Swiss cheese.
Mm-hmm.
So, should be pretty simple, open and cut. But
Is there
I'm
any
gonna-
information we should know ahead of time so we can prepare questions?
well, the one small thing I noticed that I found very interesting was he had a nanny.
Is he
Nani.
rich?
Mm-hmm. And let's just say he was
Mm,
very fond of this nanny. And you've met this nanny.
oh
Hmm.
no.
Take a guess.
Don't tell me it's Narina. Not Narina. What was her name?
Thelna?
Velna. Why do I...
Bingo.
Thank you for somehow knowing exactly who I was talking about.
You were thinking of
Establish our vibe.
Mariana. You were thinking of
Yeah.
Mariana from Dr. Decker, obviously.
So obviously,
poor
that zeitgeist, it just
Mariana.
has me hooked.
You gotta
For
go watch
Bria
it.
Littlebow.
Zeitgeist.
The Zeitgeist
Oh.
crew's obsessed with that episode. You should go watch it if you haven't.
So are
But
we questioning the paternity of her baby?
I would say no.
So this guy is probably some rich snobby kid that thinks the world belongs to him and is a sleazeball because he never learned bad touch.
Let's just say this man may or may not have an obsession and power.
Hmm.
Hmm.
If you catch my drift, maybe? Do I need to spell it
Lyric,
out
like-
a little bit more clear?
Lyric holds up his hand, and then his one of his psychic blades appears. I think I know what you're saying.
In short, I'll put it as plain as possible. He thought his relationship with Velna was much different than just she's a nanny. He stalked her.
Ugh, reeks of incel.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
So question heavily the dates and where he was.
Got it.
Because I have a feeling he's going to want to cover this little obsession of his.
I'm sure he would love that. Should make him very easy to talk to.
How the hell
Right.
did he have an attraction to that bitch?
Just
From what I
'cause you
understand-
didn't like her, Lyric.
You didn't like her either.
From what I
No
understood,
one
it was
did.
common.
That doesn't mean people don't.
Ugh, people are disgusting.
Yes, that's why we're here.
Well, all right then. So, do we feel good? Ready?
Good as we ever will, I think.
Can we eat snacks while Marcus is in there?
What?
Look, I have no idea how this is gonna go. It might be fun.
Well, this is true.
Like, if anything,
What?
you might pull an RQ.
Also true.
I guess.
Looks like we got a lot of fun things on our hands.
Fun for who?
We have a really fun interview. What do you mean? We get to talk with the stalker.
Sounds more like it's up your alley. You sure you don't want to take this one?
You said you'd take
Mm.
that too.
You want me to go first? Stalkeen, are you being a gentleman?
That's
Once
how
you
you
lead
want
by
to view it.
example.
How nice of you.
I think he just wants
I'm
to lead from the
fine.
back seat again.
Precious. Well, I'm fine with going first with Lyric if he's fine with it.
I'll go
Whatever
in with anybody.
pleases and sparkles with the court.
Sunshine.
Is that something that they actually say in court?
They should, instead of wearing those wigs.
Those are real? Wait, those aren't real? Those charlatans.
You know, from the
Well.
day you're born, you can tell if you're destined for the court based off of your hairstyle.
Was never meant to be in the courts.
That's
He just
alright.
like pulls on his little braids.
And Sanchi suppresses a shiver at the thought of Lyric on the jury.
Nah.
It's like the cop from The Simpsons being up on the juries.
Eh,
God, I'd be dead.
Ugh.
So, this guy, he's wanted for
Hilarious.
killing his wife.
And many more.
And many more.
and many more.
Does he have
Um,
to make it back to the prison when we're done with him?
You probably should.
I heard a probably. That's a maybe.
Don't test me.
Yes, ma'am.
All right then. And with that, that's where we're gonna end tonight. Woo! How
Whoa.
personal.
Good questions! Yay! Instead of doing it
What
last
a-
time.
How'd everyone
What
like
a episode.
That was so fun. I appreciate everyone. I hope everyone had fun, and we will talk soon. Toodles.
Have a good
that?
night.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.
Thanks for watching our video. Keep updated on all things Plasmacoin by joining our Discord and following us on our social media pages linked in the description below. If you want more Plasmacoin content, subscribe to our Twitch and YouTube channels. And watch another video up in the corner here. Until next time, guys, we'll see you later. Bye!